Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a wonderful automation, especially for those dealing with images. This workflow that I'm going to explain today utilizes the Unsplash huge library of images that are free to use. Of course, they're royalty free. So I wanted the workflow to automate this whole workflow because going there to the Unsplash website, finding the image, putting your keyword, searching, downloading each one, renaming each one, this all takes time. And for me, the reason why I got into automation is to just simplify everything and to make every process takes less time from my side, so I could concentrate more on the important decisions, on the creative decisions. So this process that I used to do, downloading images and all that, used to take a lot of my time. And I wanted simply to utilize automation to handle all of that for me. This is why I created this workflow, which I will explain today how it works for you guys. I will also provide all of this workflow in my community as well, so that you guys can just simply go ahead and here click the three dots, import from file, and you will have everything here with all the details, with every field filled with all the information that is needed. Okay, but first let's go ahead and try to run this workflow and see what type of results that we get. So first of all, it works on a schedule, right? You can schedule this to run as much as you want in terms of time. But here, what I want to do is I want to adjust some run settings at the beginning. Okay, so first the term. So what am I searching for? So what I'm searching for is I'm going to search for northern lights as a keyword, right? And then I have to put the image folder. So this is where my images will be uploaded to from Unsplash. So here the desired count is how many images I want. It could be 50, it could be 10, it could be 200. You just put the amount of number of images that you want. So here batch size is how many images would it do on a single run, and I'll explain that in a bit. So here is the sheet ID, and this is the Google Sheets ID. So I have this sheet called images generator, and inside of this sheet there's the ID, regular raw URL, download location, username, status, and process. So I have that set up in here. So this is the ID of the sheet. So here's the width and length, the width and height, sorry, of the image. And this is useful for later when we crop, if we need to crop the image. Okay, so let's get ahead. So I'm going to save this workflow first, and then I'm going to run this and see how many images we get. So let's execute. Okay, I'll explain every bit of the workflow that it does. So now the first part of the workflow ran, and if I go to image generator here, and I can see that it generated 3 images. It gave us the name of the person who posted the image, the URL, the download location, and the status is pending. Okay, and the ID of it. So now if I go here and if I run this workflow again, so now you see it's running. We said we want 3, so it's doing 3. So now it's in the third one, and it will finish in a little bit. Done. So it got us 3 images. We can go to the image generator, and we can see the status is done for the 3 images. And if we go here in our drive, we can see that it got us the image, it renamed them 1, 2, 3, and it cropped them. So if I open one, it cropped them with the right sizes that we wanted. So all of that going to Unsplash, finding the images, downloading them, uploading them, renaming them, all of that is done via automation now. And this is, you can just scale this with 100 image, 200 images. I'll explain the limitations that you will run into. Okay, so let me explain this node by node. So what is happening first is, after we set all of what we want in here, the first branch we go here is the setting the start number. So this is very important for renaming the images. As you can see here, we have images 1, 2, 3. Okay, but if we start in midway, so if we do 3 and then we do another batch, I want it to continue as 4, 5, 6. And this is just to keep account of where are we in terms of number. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get all of the rows that we have so far, and here we have 3 items only, and then I'm going to filter. So I'm going to filter by status is done and if status is empty, and then we have 3 are kept and discarded is 0. So if the status is not equal to done, so status is pending, so it goes. Okay, so 3 of them are pending, so 3 of them go, and I'm going to limit it to the first one, and the first one here is row number 2. Here it was before pending, so row number 2 was the first one. Okay, so after that I put a variable here, and what I'm doing with this variable is basically I'm taking the row number here and -1, because here inside of Google Sheets, the first one starts at row number 2, because the first row is the header row, so the first one starts at number 2, and I want the first image to have a number of image number 1. Okay, so what I do is take this and I do -1, so it gives me the start number of 1. So now the first image is gonna have a number of 1. Okay, so this is just to get the start number. Then the other branch here starts with I get everything, so which is our three rows we have, and here we have the if statement, and here I'm checking the length, how many rows that we have. So if the number is less than or equal to 1, then it is true here, and if it's false, it goes to the other branch. So if it's true, what we do here is we start building pages, and this is specific to Unsplash, because the way the API works is that first we build the pages, so each page has a specific number of images, and what we do is we build all the pages that we need depending on how many images that we have. If you see here, we didn't build any pages because we already have something in here, right? So since we have something in here, the priority is to download the images that we have. Now, in case we don't have anything in here, it will just build up the pages that we have. And if you remember, in the first step that I ran this, it ran this first one, and I told you the first step is just to get the URL here. And the second step, if I run it again, it will go ahead and download all the images. Okay, so this is the first step. In case there is nothing in the sheet, it will go ahead and get us the URLs. But in case there is something in the sheet, it will go into the second branch. And here what I'm doing is I'm getting all the rows inside of the sheet. All right, because you have to be careful here. I put it to execute once, because here we might have, as you can see, 3 items, 100 items, whatever, and I want this to run only once, and you can see the number 1 in it. Okay, and this is, I think, a new addition to the UI. It's very, very nice. So I have here 1, so it runs only once and gets us the 3 items. Here we do another filter, so it's not equal to 1, so I'm checking if it's pending or not. Okay, so if it's pending, it goes in. If it's already done, it doesn't do anything to it. Here I'm doing the length as well, so if it's greater than 1, okay, so it's another filter conditional strategy. Here what I'm doing is I'm limiting based on the batch size. So the batch size is the variable we put here. Batch size is how much images we want to do in this run. The reason why we have batch size is because if you have a Unsplash API key, the demo one, you can only download, I think, 50 images per hour. Okay, so you only have 50 images per hour, and if you do more than that, it will stop because you only have this limit as a demo. Of course, you can apply for an application that gets you 5,000 images per hour. But if you are on the demo like myself, you only have 50 images per hour. And this is why I have this limit of batch size in here. So the batch size here can only be up to 40. Don't put more than 40, okay? Just to stay in line, okay? Now you can have 200 images as you want, right? But the batch size means the one that gets triggered each on schedule is only 40 images per run, okay? And then we go here to the loop over. So I'm looping over each item that we get from here. I'm looping that. So first thing I'm doing is I'm going to do this track download, which is just an API request to Unsplash. And I'm putting my authorization in here, okay? I'm putting my authorization in here as Unsplash. You can go to the Unsplash developers here, and you can register to get your API key. But you can also view documentation here and go to authorization. And here it tells you that you need to put authorization and then your client ID, your access ID, okay? So here put authorization and then your API key. That's simple. I put it here so I don't have to put it in the header each time. So this is a node that it's requested by Unsplash to track every download. So it's something that you need to have in order for the requesting the images to work. This is another HTTP request. And don't worry about all of this. I know it might be overwhelming, but you'll have all of this workflow just ready to download. You don't have to worry about anything. So this is actually requesting to download the image, okay? And here what we're doing is we're taking the raw URL from here, okay? We're feeding it to that. So what that does, it gives us the image here. Then I'm going to do a series of image editing within, and so there's this really powerful edit image. I have a lesson on that. You can check that. You can resize, you can composite, you can blur, you can add all the images effect you want on it. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure it's resized based on the run settings, width and height that I provided. And then I'm cropping it as well using the width and height in case. Then what I'm doing is I'm uploading the image, the resulted image, to my drive. And here you can just check out what is happening in here because it's important. So first I'm doing is I'm getting the term. So here it's called Northern Lights. And then there's a dash, and then in between there's the loop over items current index. So what this means, current index, this means each loop over run has an index. So the first one is 0, the second one is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this number helps me rename stuff. So I'm putting the first one. So the first one would be 0 plus the start number that we said in here. Okay. So if the start number is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay. So the first image would be number 1, and then the second image will be number 2, and then the third image will be number 3, etc. Okay. And here I'm putting by URL, specifying the images folder that we specified in the run settings here to upload it to a specific folder. So the mark done here is just setting the process time and the status to done, so that we don't repeat the same image over and over and again. I put 2 wait nodes here so I don't run into limitation for the Google API requests. So here what I'm appending is updating the image that I just uploaded. I'm updating the ID, the regular, the raw, the download, the username, the status, and the processed. so that after this uploads, the automation comes here and changes the status to done and give us when it was done. It's very important to set this to done because we have filters here that check for this status. If it's done, the filters will not download this image and process it again. Okay, it will only download the images that are not done, which mean pending or empty. Okay, so this was a run over this Unsplash workflow, this images downloading workflow. Again, to recap the whole workflow, the idea of the whole workflow is to automate the process of going to Unsplash, searching for a keyword, and downloading each image of that keyword. It could be 100 image or it could be 200 image. Imagine how much time you would save. So it downloads all of these images for you automatically. It renames them based on your keyword and on the number of the image. And then as well, it uploads them to your Google Drive where they need to be. Now, what can this be useful for? In case you have a blog post, like a blog you want to generate images for each post, this could be very useful. In case you need featured images, this could be useful. So images can go into a lot of automations and a lot of businesses rely on that, and this could save you a lot of time. Again, I will save this workflow provided inside of my community. Hope I see you there. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe. Thank you for your support and see you in the next video.